back then, my ex-boss now. So he told me, Izwan, that's not a leadership. That's not leadership. You got lucky because this guy was good.
Yeah.
If you throw them, expect them to swim without providing proper knowledge, without providing proper tools, without providing.
Hello everyone, welcome to Techie Talk by MBOT, where we talk with somebody who building, leading, and influence changing the way we live and work today. So today's our guest comes with a very interesting and very unique background. 25 years of experience over several industries, from oil and gas, digital transformation, and now to the property developments. The guest also hold so many positions, many positions. If you try to look through his LinkedIn, through his whatever available sources, internet, he holds he hold the position of CEO, board members of multiple companies, Petronas Digital, Petrojaya Holdings, and now PNB Merdeka Ventures. So what made his story a little bit more interesting is that he holds both professional engineer and also professional technologist. That means he really appreciate and understand the technology so deep and so well. And what more to say, he is now leading at the highest level. Dato Engineer Technologist Izwan Hasli Mohd Ibrahim. Welcome to Techie
Thank
Talk
you,
by
Ts.
MBOT.
Absolute pleasure.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you. Well, welcome to Merdeka 118. Currently, this is the second tallest building in the world. We are at level 92, which is really high.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Everything seems small from here. Yeah.
Very, very small. Even I also having some trouble the moment I look out at the window, but it's a very, very many vision view. Okay, Dato.
Yes,
I just
yes.
just like I did mention, you having so much of you are holding so much of position. When people are reading out your list of titles, CEO lah, board member lah, kan. So professional engineer lah, professional technology lah. Sometimes maybe the title might become longer than your names. That is very impressive resume, Dato. So if we take off all these labels away, so it is how do we feel, or who is the real Izwan Hasli is?
Thanks, Ts. Deep down inside, I think if I look at how I grew up, I studied, I work. Really, I'm a curious technologist. I'm a technologist by the soul is technology.
Curious like a cat.
Curious like a cat. When you were young, I did. You cut branches and you make slingshot, right?
Yeah.
Lastik lah. Orang kampung kata lastik.
Ini saya suka juga.
Yeah. But you learn why you learn to take angles because the impact of gravity. You think I fixed my own bike. When I was 12 years old, I learned how to do programming. I think at that point of time was Visual Basic. So it was really about I'm really comfortable. I love technology, and then I took science stream and then became a mechanical engineer. Then after that, learned about digital and IT. So it's really anything to do with technology, engineering. That's really who I am. And it was even from small. I fix my own bike. I create my own tinkers. Assemble my own furniture. Fix my own motorcycles. So that's really who I am. You cut away all the CEOs, the boards, the leadership portion. Deep down inside, I am a pure technologist by heart.
You made me feel like you are just a MacGyver.
No, I love MacGyver.
You MacGyver.
Oh, actually, when I was young, people asked me who do you want to be. Most of technologists will answer MacGyver. Yes.
MacGyver. Total, not it all.
Yes.
Not everything. Yes. Okay, now that we know Dato Izwan, the person. Let's talk about journey. So Dato, you started as a young engineer graduate. So can you share how the career path began and how it eventually led you into a senior leadership across so many different industries? Dato?
Interesting.
MacGyver, tau. Like MacGyver go so many places and then
learn so many
and
things.
now become the leaders. How you really going through that? Tau?
Actually, if you ask me 20 years ago or 25 years ago when I started my work, whether I'll be here or not, I wouldn't have imagined it. So I did my bachelor in mechanical engineering. So that's really pure engineering, right? And somehow I get so interested on digital. IT, 1996, 1997, 1998 was the height of .com.
Those was a day on Y2K, right?
Almost Y2K.
Almost Y2K, yes.
Almost Y2K. But it was a .com. It was a .com bubble at that point of time.
Yes.
So I love digital. So I took masters in IT, in computer science. So I took masters. So you kind of have both the best of both worlds: the bricks, the mechanical engineering part of it, and the bytes, the computer part of it. So I started my career in Petronas Carigali, the upstream business of Petronas in Sarawak Miri. Spent a few years over there.
My hometown.
Oh, your hometown from Miri?
No, it's not my hometown. The way we from is I'm Sarawakian.
Sarawakian, yes.
it
Okay.
means-
Yeah, not too quite far away from Kuching though.
No wonder you look like a bit like Sarawakian.
Always like balloon balik sini ya.
Balloon, not aeroplane.
Balloon here. And it's a you know, spend half of your time offshore, you know, and it was really good. So it was really, that was the foundation. Then I joined, I came back to the headquarters and became involved in digital and IT. And I spent about 15 years over there, rose through the rank, and I learned leadership as well. And over the years, in 2019, my bosses said, Izwan, you are spending too much time, too long in IT. We want you to learn the different businesses. That's when we look around. We did the Petronas Group, and I think Petronas is a great company, has a lot of opportunities. And I've decided, together with my superior at that point of time, to join property, which I joined KLCC. So based at the Twin Towers, I was responsible for KLCC Urus Harta, which includes the Twin Towers. You could see the Twin Towers behind us.
Yes, correct.
And it's beautiful. It's technology engineering marvel. Then from there, I think property or real estate is my home. From KLCC, went to Putrajaya Holdings, and recently, this year, was given the amanah or accountability to look after Merdeka 118. You know, the tallest building in Malaysia, national pride, second tallest building in the world, brand new. Yes, it's amazing feeling. Yeah,
amazing, new, great, magnificent.
Yes,
and with all the iconic spots just around it, look really stunning. And now, let me try to recap, Dato. Just now you did mention, because you have been being an engineer and taking master in IT, then all the way up in Petronas Jarigali, meaning you're actually putting a lot of time in your technical work. Could I say that your boss's advice is sort of like a calling for you to get away from the technical work and then to become to take part in the leadership? Does it charge the part on that?
No, when I mentioned the boss's advice just now was a different industry, not so much of from technology to leadership. It was a different industry, but I do believe, and I think one of the advice that I always give to the young engineers or young technologists.
Oh, so fast, sudah bagi advice.
Sudah bagi advice. You must think of it not just a technical job. So each job has a leadership position. Each job has a leadership component.
That's true.
I remember this very well. I think year 2001, 2002, I was coding back in Miri, coding a system for Miri. Then I thought that the system has the potential to become Petronas Carigali wide. That means Kertih will use it, our KK Sabah will use it, or even HQ to use it. But I was from Miri, right?
Yeah.
But I thought having a leadership conversation, selling the idea across and articulating the value of that system, in the end, it became a group wide. That was 2002, 2003. You know, it became group-wide, the entire Petronas Carigali was using my system, 3 or 4 systems.
Oh.
And to have that component, I was only talking about programming, not the leadership component of it, not the sales and marketing component of it. The value of the system may not be felt or realized across all Petronas Carigali. So that was quite young. Maybe I was probably 25, 26 years old back then. And from there, I learned having a leadership or management component is key by a techie or a techie must have.
Yeah,
Leadership component.
24, 25 years old, those are the days young and furious.
Yes.
Young and furious,
Very
full of
young.
ideas, right?
Not so wise, very young.
Young, but at least these are the good things and the new innovation kicks in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it somehow turns into throughout your effort, your program, sort of your coding, you make me feel like you are a hacker as well, Dato. So you're doing the
Ethical
coding,
one. Ethical
hacker, yeah.
Ethical hacker.
Yes. So the coding and then come up with a good product that can be used by the company on a nationwide. It could be global. It could be global. There's something a very huge achievement, Dato.
Yes.
I need to congratulate you.
Thank you.
At that time, 24 and 25 years old, I think I just scouting around looking for jobs at that time. So yeah. Good job, Dato.
Thank you.
There's something that I should learn from you. So, Dato, I did mention earlier, you are a person holding the professional engineer and professional technologist title, right? So now I'm trying to put all the titles back. Yeah, all the title back. So with both technical credential, professional credential, how having this both background helping you to make decision, especially in the digital transformation, Dato?
A perfect question. And let me start. I consider myself a pure technologist early on because I took masters in IT and computer science. So I was really proud and I was really passionate about the technology aspect of it, the programming, the systems around it. Then as I move into property, I realized the engineering component is important. So we were managing facilities. We were managing the Petronas Twin Towers. It's not easy, the structure around it, the mechanical system.
Some more days iconic buildings.
Iconic building.
Everybody looking at that. Yes, correct.
Yes, and you cannot have anything down. Even one light bulb is down. I was talking about people may negatively view our maintenance record and our maintenance culture. But it's also when I took over KLCC Urus Harta back in 2019, the building was 20 years old. So it was an aging building. So it's important to look back at the structure engineering, look back at the systems. And we did a lot of things. And that's really where the engineering part of me came. I also realized this, yes. There's no such thing as a single trade right now. For everything to work, there are multiple trades. That means the engineering and the technologies must converge.
Yep.
You always have a system, IoT system.
Yeah.
You have the BCS system that control the mechanical part of it.
Exactly.
So this is where the world that we live right now. Yeah. So you require kind of both to work really well.
We can't really work into within our own box in our own silo anymore.
Tak boleh dah. Tak boleh. Yes.
Things has changed. Kalau kita masih dekat silo kita lama-lama kita sudah obsolete.
Absolutely.
Dato. Thank you, Dato. So throughout your journey, Dato, you have mentioned you are working with so many environment. So this environment for me it seems changed very quickly. Very, very quickly, facing complexity, often described like what you have already given in your guest lecture earlier in the university, swimming in the rough water. So things moving fast. So now how have you learned to stay authentic and grounded, especially when things are become so uncertain? But how do you stay authentic and grounded? Sebab bukan semua orang boleh that calm, but how do you do that? So that's something that I need to learn from you as well, Dato.
So that particular lecture, I was invited by a good friend of mine, Professor Dr. Mushtaq, the provost or CEO of Harriet Watt University. It's a good friend of mine. He's a brilliant engineer. And if you were seeing this professor, you're a brilliant engineer. But he gave me a quite interesting topic. Basically, he said, tell me your failures. Tell me your challenges. Everyone wants to hear good stories, right? Yeah. Everyone wants to hear we completed good projects on time, on scope, on budget. We we scaled the mountain, we built something.
Yeah.
But what was your failure? What was your challenges? And I found, as I go through the process of curating the subject, there was a CEO, MBA CEO series for Harriet Ward, Malaysia. As I went through the syllabus, went through the subject, and I noticed one thing. We will all face failure. Nothing is perfect.
Agreed.
Nothing is perfect. Even if you set the concrete, right? This floor, any construction, there's always a tolerance. Right? That 15 millimeters tolerance is always there. But it's really how we handle it. I think being curious in problem solving, being structured in problem solving is important.
Yeah.
Being persistent. They said Thomas Edison failed to 1,000 times before he invented light bulbs, right?
Yes.
Something like that. So we always seek help. I think Malaysia has a good talent. I've met many great technologies, great engineers in Malaysia, and I think we have a good talent. If you cannot find it, we can find somewhere in the world. There must be somewhere someone smart enough. But having a persistent and having a consistency and persistence in solving issues, I think that's key.
Yeah, totally agreed. Just like what my boss you should tell me almost every week or every time we have meeting. Persistence is one of the thing.
Yes.
The other one is relentless.
Relentless, yes.
Relentless.
Yes.
So relentless plus persistence plus consistent. So that's why I sometimes group them into one word, istiqamah.
Istiqamah, wow.
Istiqamah. I group them into one word, istiqamah. So there's something that I learned. So instead of putting these three words together, bagus kita buat hashtag istiqamah.
Istiqamah.
Istiqamah. So we have always keep on trying, keep on doing, do the best we can.
I'm
so
learning something as well today. I learned a lot of things today. It's a good learning day for me. Istiqamah.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
Dato.
you,
Dato.
Thank you.
Dato, you just did mention about the mistake, right?
Yes.
A lot of company when we went through our MBAs, some of the courses. So they are also in the entrepreneurship. We also learn how to embrace mistakes, embrace our mistake, embrace our errors. So that embracing the mistake is we always call it like an element of growth.
Yeah.
So it actually is the key of growth. Can you share the time in the career? Just like you did mention, kan, your lecturer tanya kan, what is your failure kan?
Yes.
So in the career, what is the setback and the mistake become one of your most valuable learning experience? What is your biggest hit sekali datang? This is actually one of my favorite questions that I conducted during the MBOT assessment.
MBOT assessment.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you are as an assessor as well.
I'm assessor, yes. So
Okay,
what is your biggest failure? So what have you learned from there? So Dato, would you mind to, I'm sure at your age and with your position, we have so many vast of experience in the project. There are countless of mistakes. I also made a lot of mistakes. So there must be one very huge mistake that always keeping you on ground.
I think we make mistake every day.
Correct.
I think as I think about my decision yesterday, there are probably things that I would have loved to do it better or do it differently, even yesterday or even the day before. But it's we moved on, water under the bridge, we moved on, we improved from there. Someone in my lecture, I'm an adjunct professor for UITM, so Faculty College Alam Bina. During one of my lectures, one of the students asked me a question, what would you regret the most that if you can turn back the time, you can change? I probably answer this question in two parts: the leadership portion, and the technical portion. The easy one is the technical. Technical is quite easy because it's almost black and white. During my early days, I was so passionate about technology, and we're all technologists here. Everyone is tuning in, all technologists here.
Technologists, correct.
The reason why we become technologists is really most of us because we are passionate about it. There's some portion that our parents ask to become a technologist or become an engineer. Okay, so that part, it's you may not be passionate, but you have to do it. Yeah. But it's really, as we are too passionate about technical, as we're too passionate about technology, sometimes we lost the human factor to it.
True.
I remember this one assignment that I have. We did a fantastic system. We're changing the way of working. We put some digitalization. We're putting some real-time operation, IoT, and we changed the system. I thought it was beautiful. We saved the cost, we saved the time, we saved the risk by 85%. But then I realized that the people on the ground did not really buy it. So they kind of go on with their own way of working.
With the usual one.
I kind of lost that part. Right. So after that, I always told myself and told my team, think about the end users. think about the experience of people who will use this system. I think that's one. So key takeaways there as well is really, as we become too passionate about work, about technology, don't forget human. The second portion is interesting, and this is probably it would have been a mistake if it's not for the right person. It would have been a mistake. I was young, really young, and I was thrown in early in a leadership position. Early, young, 20 plus. And we hired someone. And basically I told him on his first day, he went in to see me on the first day. He said, "Boss, I'm your staff, just report duty." And we got a couple of projects, multiple sites, right? And I told him, I said, "Okay, this is your job. Go to the place and handle it. Don't talk to me anymore. I don't want to hear anything from you."
Fully empowered.
Fully empowered.
Fully empowered.
But it was really, as I get through and I revisit back that decision, I was lucky. And because I think as a leader, you have to push your staff, but you must also make sure they are well equipped, well trained, and if they are going to fail, you better be there to support them, right? If they are going to lemas, they're getting drowned, right? You better throw the lifeline. So that was early lessons from me. I got lucky because the guy was really good. And the story was, I don't tell many people of these stories. 3 weeks after, I completely forgot about him. I tell him, go to the site. 3 weeks later, I visited the site.
Okay.
Happened to be Putrajaya. I became CEO of the site 15, 20 years later. And he was at the corner. He told me, he said, "Boss, remember me? I'm your staff." And he told me, "You have not heard from me, right?" Because that was what I've told him. But as a leadership, that was wrong. And I learned that early, and I happened to be this guy was good. But if you got someone who's really carrying your brand, carrying a lot of things at stake, if you don't really coach them, don't really provide them with the tools, I think for mission critical, for work that frontliners, that impacts customer experience, that's probably not the wisest things to do.
I believe at that time your sixth sense is really driving you.
Yeah, could be.
You could be
I was
having
naive.
that you could
I
be
was young.
having that good feeling. Maybe you have already run some studies. That could be the person. Yeah, but 3 months have not contacted. This is actually something for me. If I'm in the position, I might not able to sitting that well already because on my projects, right? Everything on the parallel basis, on the critical path, anything goes wrong, mati lah kita kan.
Betul. That's a good point. Probably it's a bit more to that, right? I was so proud of. I thought it was a good decision back then. I was so proud of it. Say, I told the guy off, do the job, and the guy was successful. But then I told to my new boss. New boss came in, and I told that story to new boss. My new boss was quite good back then. My ex-boss now. So he told me, "Izwan, that's not a leadership, Izwan. That's not leadership. You got lucky because this guy was good.
Yeah.
If you throw them, expect them to swim without providing proper knowledge, without providing proper tools, without providing proper support, this guy could have drowned."
Correct.
Oh, that was a slap to my face.
There was a rough water already.
Oh, that was a rough water.
Very, very rough water already.
Yeah. And I remember this particular project really well. So Petronas Twin Towers, that's a beautiful building. The twins behind us right now. It's always been white. The external facade is lighted by white metal halide bulb.
At night, beautiful.
Beautiful, but it was beautiful, but it was white.
Yeah.
And was not too energy efficient. It's 1,800 watt. So when I joined KLCC, one of the things that we did was really about let's make it more efficient. Let's make it more sustainable. So we have a project of turning it or changing it into LED lights. Right. So it's from 1,800 watts become 600. So I save 66% of energy,
60%,
right?
That's correct.
And I got color lighting, can have animation, good features. And it was good. But then again, I was too fixated with the technology of it. So when I engaged my stakeholders, when I engaged with my seniors, people who built the Twin Towers, then I realized the question that they asked me was really, would the Twin Tower looks different? Because that is a national icon. How can you ensure that the facade, the illumination, because that's a national icon. And I learned that as well. I said, sometimes that things that we do, especially in my job in KLCC, then Putrajaya Holdings, and now in Merdeka 118, you're not just carrying technical.
Yeah.
You are carrying the national icon,
Yep.
national spirit to it. So I was telling my staff, this is beyond just
You have
technical.
both tower on your shoulder.
Yes.
You have both tower on your shoulders. Great, Dato. Great, Dato. Dato,
you.
for your experience, just now you did mention about IoT things. So working on the digital systems and the smart buildings towards more sustainable approach. So what do you think the biggest technology challenge in the Malaysia facing right now? So are we sometimes feel we are moving too fast with the new technology without fully understand the basic, Dato?
I believe, and I spoke yesterday. Yesterday we launched this building Merdeka 118 as the first MD Nexus site in Malaysia. So YB Minister of Digital, YB Gobin, launched it together with MDEC. Cik Anwar was here. So we launched it. And one of the key points on that digital is really, in the end, there's a certain minimum standard of for building like us to attract global tenants, to attract global brands. There are certain standards. Basic, we got to keep up with the standards. Right? We've got to keep up with the standards. And while the technology evolves, I think to certain extent, like property may not, our technology in property may not be as fast as my digital days.
Yep.
Digital days, you got to upgrade every 6 months.
Very fast.
Yeah, this one, the law of physics remains for quite some times. Yeah. But we must be able to understand technology and bring up to a certain standard. It's a beautiful example. It's this building today. Our evacuation is this building. It's not on Merdeka 118. It's not a normal evacuation by stairs. We have this OEO, occupant evacuation operations, where we evacuate by lift. The lift, the call lift, is all pressurized. It's all fire protected, because it's difficult, right? It takes a long time from level 118 to go down to ground.
Yeah, with the numbers of people, each
Number of
floors.
people,
Yeah,
so
you need multiple rounds as well.
So to build super tall buildings, to build mega tall buildings, this is a mega tall building, which is more than 600 meters.
Yep.
And I think technology must be up to par.
Yeah, true. All right, thank you very much, Dato.
Yeah.
Just now Dato have mentioned KLCC twice. So
Used to be my baby.
yeah, and then carrying the KLCC each tower at one side of the shoulder. So now, Dato, you went from KLCC to Putrajaya Holdings, and now in Merdeka 118. So what were your first impression stepping into these iconic developments?
I think the burden or responsibility is immense. Over the time, I learned this is not just about technology. This is not just about business. But the challenge is different. And probably this is one of the key takeaways for the viewers today. As we go through a new roles, a new job, the challenge is absolutely different.
Yep, correct.
So let's take KLCC. So when I joined KLCC, the Twin Towers was 20 years old. It was really a 20 years old technology, 20 years old design. So my first decision was really, how do we make this future ready? How do we modernize? How do we rejuvenate the Twin Towers and the buildings, other buildings as well? Menara Daya Bumi was under my care. So it's 40 years some more. It was built in 1984.
Yeah, the one that we see just now, right?
We saw just now from level 118.
Yes, correct.
And it used to be the
Used
tallest
to be the
building.
tallest building, yes.
Yeah.
In 80s, right?
In 80s. It was built in 1984. And it's really, the challenge was really about how do you modernize? The conversation about modernization. And I had a great team in KLCC Urus Harta. I think they're willing to change the way of working. So we put digital in. I was still fresh off a digital assignment, right? Going to KLCC, we put a lot of digital in. We modernized the KLCC park. We modernized the external lighting, and it was great. We kind of changed the mindset and the technology and make Petronas Twin Tower much more modern. And it's a great building, great architecture. You ask everyone,
Yeah.
still the best Twin Tower, still the tallest Twin Tower today. That was a challenge then. It's really about modernization. And it's really about a lot of engagement with the staff, with the tenant, with the visitors. How do we modernize a already successful, but 20 years development. So that's KLCC. And my Putrajaya holding assignment was really interesting because we're not talking just about a small precinct. We're talking about the whole township, right? And Putrajaya Holding is the master developer of Putrajaya. Basically, we, together with Perbadanan Putrajaya, we work to make Putrajaya a world-class, sustainable, vibrant city. And it was 25 years old already. So it's about rejuvenating, right? Looking at our product, looking at our businesses, looking at our placemaking. But one thing I mentioned, I spoke to the team again. I was blessed, and I think as a leader, one of key blessings that we always forgot as a leader is you got a good team who believe in you. Again, my Putrajaya Holdings team. I came in on the first day, I remember, and I said, we've got to get back to our soul, our roh, which is we are the master developer of Putrajaya.
The purpose.
The purpose.
The purpose.
Don't forget that. So we emphasize it. You know, we talk about how we talk about the city rather than a particular products. Products just come.
Yep.
You know, but then I think we did great. I think a lot more vibrant at the moment. You know, we did a couple of very game-changing products. We upgraded Alamanda after 20 years. Now it's quite vibrant, I heard.
Yes.
I was there a few weeks ago. It was really proud to see how Alamanda has evolved. So that's really on Putrajaya. It's really about getting back to the soul of a master developer, right? Not just we're having hotels, we're having malls. Not just that. It's all about the city success. And as a master developer, if the city is successful, we will be successful.
Correct.
So I was there and I was telling my team, my leadership team, I said, we got to look beyond Putrajaya Holdings. We got to look at the city, the Putrajaya itself. Then I came here. And while the other two was 20 years old, 25 years old, this is brand new. This is brand new. I always joke to my predecessor, Yang Mulia Tengku Dato Abdul Aziz. So he spent 15 years of his life building Merdeka 118 from nothing to what we see today. And I think he's done a great job in building it. Our main challenge today, it's really about making Merdeka 118 precinct a global precinct and a successful, vibrant global precinct anchored on heritage.
Oh, this is extra amanah.
Extra amanah.
Yeah, this is something extra that is not a typical targets. It's not typical dream. It's a very special and very unique.
Yes.
It's a very very special.
Very special because this is where we own Stadium Merdeka, and that's where Malaysia was born, right? In 1957. We also have Stadium Negara, another iconic. And this morning I visited our neighbours. Do a bit of kongsi pacoy lah. Give some Mandarin oranges, right, to some of the clans, ancestral hall, and also the temples. But it's really talking to our neighbours, right, and really talking about the heritage.
Getting the community together as well.
Getting the community together. Because this is something that I truly believe. And that's really our biggest challenge. Is again, as per my team in KLCC and Putrajaya Holding, I think I'm blessed with a good team as well, who believe in the mission, who's capable and believe in the mission. And I think that's a blessing as a leader. Could not ask for more.
Yeah, that really tell me that from your journey from KLCC to Putrajaya all the way down coming here to Merdeka 118, there could be one of the reasons that making you coming here from Putrajaya. Or is there any other reason other than your team member? Because I have been hearing you talking so much about your good team member. I'm very, very, very sure if your team member is watching this video or this podcast, dia tak apong lah kan. So
and they delivered. I'm very proud of that.
Not necessarily on the Merdeka 118 team members. I believe the team members for Putrajaya Holding, also the team member for KLCC, new lebar kan. So besides the team members that we have, the good team members, these are the pillars. So what are the others? Is there any special things that actually pulling you all the way from Putrajaya Holding down to Merdeka 118?
Oh, I was struggling to make the decision to move from Putrajaya to 118.
Jauh
was
juga
a-
kan? Jauh kan?
Jauh. Actually closer. I live in Shah Alam, so this is much closer than Putrajaya. I skip a lot of jams coming here. But personally inside I was struggling, Ts lah. Because I was having good fun in Putrajaya. I think all businesses are making good progress. I could see I've got good support from the stakeholders, our clients, our tenants, the government giving me good support, and I was having good time in Putrajaya, and there's no push factor of me going up. But then there was an opportunity to come and lead Merdeka 118, and why I give this story, because I think this story it's where MBOT and technology is so relevant. My decision to come here, personal decision, is due to technology. So I'm telling this story.
Still the young and furious there.
Still young, the furious there. I was 50-50. I don't know. I was struggling. I would say, I'm loving Putrajaya. I'm having good time over there. We're making good progress. But then there's an opportunity to come here. But I decided on a day, I remember this day very well, when I decided to come to Merdeka 118. So we had an event with JKR in Putrajaya. And I was giving a keynote in the morning. And my predecessor, Yang Mulia Dato Tengku, gave a keynote in the afternoon. And he was telling a story. I was sitting in front, watching him on the stage. And he was telling the audience a story of how the building currently sways. Today, right now, we sways about a meter or 1.5 meters. Right now. You don't feel it.
I don't feel it.
Yeah, but right now, at level 92, we are swaying about 1 meter to 1.5 meters. It sways. That's a fact.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fact. And then he talked about the facade design, building, and the architect, Carl Fender, which is the architect of this building, I think also has done a great job in designing this building. Then the next slide, he showed our swimming pool of Park Hyatt Hotel, 7 floors above us, level 99, and the water was calm.
No wave.
How could I reconcile in my mind the building sways 1 meter,
Yes.
but the water was calm? Level 99. We're 92 now, right?
Yeah.
And then I saw that the fact that this building, Merdeka 118, is a technological marvel. So much engineering and technology being put in here. I told myself and I said, I'm coming. And then he came down.
Because of the swimming pool?
Because of the swimming pool. Because of the calm swimming pool. He came down. I've been talking to him for a year, right?
Yes, true.
He came down and he came down from his keynote, came over, I was seated in front. He shook my hand and he said, "You coming or not, Dato?"
Of course you said.
And I looked at him, I said, "After your presentation, I am." That's the point I decided. And I think that's a key decision. I came here because I want to be involved with technological marvel, and this building is just an amazing.
I'm very sure this is not one of the. This is not a mistake.
Yes, I hope so. Still new in the club.
No, really. You still have a swimming pool to calm you down.
Yes.
So Dato, speaking about all this technology, these mega tall buildings, right? So how do you build a world-class precinct?
I think human being will always be fascinated with the tallest, the biggest. That's just nature of human.
That's the rest.
That's a nature, right? But one thing I learned as I involved in KLCC, Putrajaya, and now Merdeka 118 was really about, as we build taller, it's important that we stay rooted to the ground. As we reach the sky, and there's a saying, there was a very apt saying, menggapai langit, berakar di bumi. So as we build our development, our main priority is to make sure that our development, to thrive, we must also work with our community, with our neighbors, right? And customer experience must be good. How do we activate Stadium Merdeka, Stadium Negara? How do we make sure not only our precinct is world class, but also our neighbors is world class? And I think we are built in the center of heritage. Our shopping mall is beautiful. I saw the design and I said, I can't wait it to be open in later this year. 118 Mall. Please, everyone, you're all invited to the mall. We have a Malaysian artisan district. So it's really about showcasing Malaysian product in a very premium way. So this is something that we we are very proud of. And um, there's a base. That means the operation, it must be clean, it must be tip top. Everything is the base. It's given. But having good interaction, good placemaking, good customer experience, good good usage and interaction with our neighbors are key. And if you get it right, and this is where I love the challenge right now, we get it right next few years, this will be a global precinct. People
Yeah.
will talk about Merdeka 118.
True.
You know.
With the big building at the stadium again.
Yes.
The building looks like this. You know,
Yes.
so it's a very iconic, and I'm sure it will be create some good history, good stories
Will
with you,
do.
Dato.
I hope so. Still early.
Yeah, Dato. Just now you speak about the people racing building, the mega tall building, the race never stop. So is it actually a the national necessity? Is that really necessity or just a prestige or ego?
Um, actually have a strong opinion on this, and I feel all this like KLCC, Putrajaya Holding, and Merdeka 118, they are all built with three values ingrained inside them. Number one is catalytic value, right? This development, I believe today, I met with many of our neighbors today. I met with people who live surrounding here today. It's catalytic. The benefit is not just to the precinct, it brings benefit to our peers and neighbors as well. It brings benefit to Kuala Lumpur. It brings benefit to Malaysia. Tell me, the tourists will come here now. Not only they get Merdeka 118, they get the Twin Towers. So you bring in tourism here as well. It's another product that we could use. So catalytic is important. It has to be also have a commercial value. And the last one has a social value. Right. So this building, we anchor on being rooted to heritage. We don't forget our roots. We anchored on being green. This is the greenest building we have today. You got LEED Triple certified. You got GBI Platinum, LEED Platinum. You got WELL certification. You got Green Re certification. So it's all the certification that we have in place here, and that's not only Merdeka 118, but now people can say that now Malaysia has it. Now Malaysia is leading it. So that's inspire people. And I always see, I had a good 2 months ago, we had this town hall with our neighbors. And I always quote that town hall. We met all our neighbors, we talked to them what's our plan, how can we work together, how we can collaborate, which area that we should focus on. It was really collaborative with our neighbors and adjacencies.
I'm very sure this very engaging.
I love it. They came to me, thank you, Dato. Merdeka 118. Thank you, Dato. I met with our neighbors this morning and said, you're our big brother, how could we work together? Right? And that's what we want. Benefit as we build higher, as we build bigger. If you got the right soul to it, if you got the right, for us, our soul is heritage, Malaysian heritage.
Yeah.
If you got it, well, I think the benefit will be across everyone.
It will come naturally.
It will come. It will come. And then it will become a commercial success.
Yes.
Then it will become a social success. This is something that I'm really passionate to talk about it. Passionate to deliver.
It comes with one package.
It comes with a package. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dato, you did mention about the pride and the pride and the rest. So after this 118, do you think there will be another new tall building after this? It's like the world tallest building. Now this is the world's second tallest building.
Yes.
So later there might be the world tallest building. Then end up this building become the third tallest building. So the rest. So do you think after this building is there any other taller building?
I think way before after we depart this world, human will still want to reach the sky, right? I think that's the nature.
It's just like a moon race.
People always want to menggapai langit. And that's not now. There's thousands years ago, people built pyramids. Which is the biggest pyramid? Now we built something like this. And today we are the second tallest towers in the world. It's probably affects our technologists over there. The way the tall buildings is defined is governed by this council. It's called CVU, Council of Vertical Urbanism. It used to be CTBUH, Council of Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat. So they define building more than 150 meters and above as a tall building. If you 149, we don't consider it tall. 150, tall. 300 and above is super tall,
Mm.
and 600 meters and above is mega tall.
Mm-hmm.
So I give you another interesting facts. Malaysia has 6 super tall buildings.
Mm.
Merdeka 118, Petronas Tower 1, Petronas Tower 2, Exchange 106, Menara TM, and Four Seasons.
Yo, tak ada Sarawak punya.
We can build one. Call me. I'll build one for you. But the rest of ASEAN, we only have 5.
Hmm.
So Malaysian super tall is more than all ASEAN combined, right? So that means I always say, don't look at it as just a super tall. That means if the country can build tall building and super tall building, that means country has a good regulation in place,
Yeah.
has a good capability in place to maintain super talls, to build a super tall,
Yep.
has a good capability. You got regulatory capability, but it's also country has a good enough economy to justify
To do this.
a tall building, right?
Mm.
And if you're an investor, you're an international investor, you look at the countries and you come and say, hey, Malaysia has 6 super talls. They must have a good regulation, right?
Yeah.
Safety, fire code. Our fire code is very stringent. Our safety is very stringent. Our all our lifts, the certification, the PMA, permit mesin angkat, it's very stringent, and that's really good. Maybe my point on keep building bigger, and I think as long as people who build taller or bigger do not forget to keep rooted to the ground, do not forget the people, the benefit to the people, I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
So the rest still go on.
Still go.
But had to keep rooted.
Yeah.
Good advice, Dato. Dato, I really admire the way that you telling the story about the swaying of 1 meter left, right, up, down, or whatever.
Yeah.
And people, when you mention about it, I start to feel it. I'm asking myself, are we really swaying? No. And then you use the swimming pool to prove it.
Yes.
Even you sway 1 meter left, right, depan belakang pun, the water still come.
Yes.
So don't worry, the building is safe.
It
So
is-
actually
it is safe, I can assure you, it is safe.
With a very good regulation, meaning that if we have a very good capability.
I think we have a good system. I think Malaysia is really. Sometimes people say, Izwan, you're too fascinated with super talls. But I think I see super tall as a good economic evidence that Malaysia is a really good investment destination. If you want to invest here, we built super talls. We manage super talls. It's so far so good. Twin Towers is 30 years old already. Still good, right?
Yep.
That means we have the people, we have the capability, we have enough structure in place, we have enough regulatory in place, enough check and balance to build and manage this. And I think it puts Malaysia ahead. And you ask our neighbors, you ask KLCC's neighbors, you ask people who live in Putrajaya. I know a lot of my friends live in Putrajaya, and my biggest issue when I was in Putrajaya was really once you experience Putrajaya, you don't want to leave Putrajaya.
Oh,
I did one sales
feels
carnival.
like Hotel California.
California. It was so good.
Uh-huh.
It's a beautiful city. It's got lakes, and I had a sales. We're selling houses and in Putrajaya, and so we have a sales carnival at one point. And that particular one, that 2 days, we found out repeat buyers was more than 50%.
Whoa.
So they tell me that people love the city. Once you experience
That's true.
the city, you don't want to leave, right? So we're gonna replicate the same here. People love Merdeka 118, and they would love to come here over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. It'll be like another good community, another good city, a good small city within this precinct.
Yeah.
Sounds good, Dato. Dato. Dato, now we have enough talking about buildings.
Yes,
So
yes.
because it's actually giving Dato too much time to do advertisement of his building. So we should move we should move away from this, Dato.
Okay.
So now, Dato, you have been moving from a graduate engineer towards this IT, oil and gas, digital transformation. These are the technical slowly climbing into the leadership roles, right? So what are the most critical skills and the mindset shift needed to progress for the people to progress from the technical specialists moving towards to the senior leaders?
I believe in this. My ex-boss once told me this. You have to be good at something. Let's start with that. Don't think about being a leader if you don't be good at something. You must have something on the table. You must offer something on the table. Otherwise, you become a leader, you just become postman, right?
Betul.
So you must be good at something. And that's really, in my opinion, all leaders must, and for today's conversation with MBOT, with the technologies, you must be strong technically at one thing. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer, you are a food technologist, you understand you are a good facility managers. I think that's key. Once you have a strong roots, you go deep enough on one. You don't have to deep enough on all. Then you can build the leadership portion.
The Megator building.
The Megator building, yes.
So they come with a very good
foundation. The piling must be
the
deep.
mortar and the foundation must be
Yes. The piling must be deep enough first. Then you are rooted on the ground.
Yeah.
Then you could build the leadership. It's also go back to my point before. While you are in building your roots, don't forget about leadership. I think you got to co-develop it together. Learn how to do presentation. When we present to the board, there's a way of presenting to the board. So I think that's also key. Learn about people management. Sometimes early days in my career, I love to talk to machine more than people.
Because machine tak fight back.
Yes, it's true. Machine take instruction, right?
Machine take instruction.
Yeah, machine take instruction. Yeah, machine doesn't fight back. Machine doesn't go MC, and they break down from time to time. But I think as you go higher, you got to balance both. And I'm a strong believer of credential.
Yep.
Sometimes when people write my name, they forgot the TS. I said, make sure you put TS because it is a credential. Right? It is a credential. You should be proud of it. And I think those TS and TCs that have earned your professional technologies, have earned your professional technician, you got to be proud of it. If people write, they do not put TS and TC, tell them, I said, put it in.
Yalah. Sayang tak pakai kan?
Tak pakai. Sayang tak pakai. Yes, I think you deserve it because you went through
this something they earn it.
Yeah, they earn it.
They earn it.
Yeah.
That's true. Dato, very, very, very nice sharing. So now at the stage of your life, Dato, how do you personally define success, Dato?
Interesting. Maybe my perspective of success changed over the years. And I'm probably a bit more to me today, and I know tuning in today, there are people from various stages of their own career. I'm trying
Including
to relate
me.
to one. Yes, including yourself as well. My younger days, I define success if I can create the best system, the most efficient system. That was my youngest days. If I can design or complete project on time. So that was the youngest. And I think that's important. That's important to have that base. Then, over time, we have a success of delivering projects. Now, I'm very strict on Autoboss. On time, on scope, on budget. No negotiation. And I know when I go to project meeting, I'm a different animal. Because I'm very specific on Autoboss. You late by 5 minutes, you late by 5 minutes. Yeah, so, but today, having the amanah given once at KLCC, Urus Harta, once at Putrajaya Holdings, and now in Merdeka 118, I think my own definition of success right now, at this phase of my career, is really about making this development successful, right? Something that the Malaysian can be proud of, become a global precinct. But it's also making sure my team members grow up together. Sometimes when I heard the team member, my ex-team member get promoted, and they came and said, I learned this from you. You don't need to learn everything, but I learned a bit one from you, and I think it's good enough for me.
Yeah, true.
I think if my team member can pick up something, not all good lah. I think there are not so good things as well. The good ones, if they can pick up, they can be a better technologist, better leader. I'm happy. And my job here, if I can, was given a big amanah. Merdeka 118, it's a global story.
Yeah,
it's a global icon. If I can deliver that amanah, and hopefully we look back and then come and say, okay, at least I made a positive difference. So from the people perspective, and from the development perspective. That's how I would define success.
You shall succeed.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean as well.
Dato,
Istiqamah.
istiqamah, yes. Yeah, Dato, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? After defining the success, what would be what are the legacies that you want to leave behind?
I always, in Malaysian history and different on industry, there's always time. I wouldn't quote it, but I can quote that specific, but I don't want to quote it specific today. But there's always time in terms of, for example, the talent, right? They came in from a certain period of a golden period of an organization. These are all ex company A. These are all ex company B now running the industry. So I think I want to develop that. I want to see people where worked with me, one day they become leaders. I think one day they become the CEOs. You know, and hopefully when I'm old enough, the people who works today, they probably works today climbing stairs, fixing some things, right?
Yeah.
When they become the CEO of Merdeka 118,
Yeah.
they come and say, you know, Izwan, last time, when you were the CEO, you taught me this. Now I'm the CEO.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, you better buy me coffee. You better buy me coffee. The Putrajaya master developers, I hope one day these people who work with me in Putrajaya became the master developer of Putrajaya.
Yes,
If not
true,
Putrajaya,
Dato'.
somewhere else. Johor, Sarawak, Kuching, Miri, Sabah, KK. I think people legacy is important. That's the portion of it.
True. Actually, as what Dato mentioned, the one that if other people can pick up those your pesanan
Yes.
or your advices, you know, and then that piece of advice actually making them success, that is also considered as a very good legacy.
So I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I can pension already. I can retire and see these people become successful.
Yeah,
You know, as a
that's
human, apa lagi kita nak, betul tak? We have enough. We have
Betul.
enough. We have enough food on the table. I think there's nothing we ask more.
Betul. Sometimes kita pun unintentionally kita share. So we didn't know that whatever that we share actually giving that impact to others.
Yes.
That create that positive effect that actually is a good legacy, Dato.
Betul.
So that's something that I can see a lot of people having this positive impact and creating impact back to you, Dato.
Thank you.
And now they actually bringing back to the engineer that you were actually asking him to go to the site, deploy, buat kerja, settle, 3 bulan tak report. How is he now?
He's doing well. He's doing
Still well.
doing well.
That is also one of the legacy as
Yes.
well. That's one of the legacy whereby he actually having that, you may be his idora. So that's why he carrying out the way that you do things at the site. That's why there is something that maybe is a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise.
And my job is probably a bit easier. Yeah, I think we have to kind of customize it to each hour's job. Because my job, we're talking about KLCC, Putrajaya, and here it's people wants to be involved, right? That's probably a bit easier. I'm probably blessed on that.
Yeah, Dato. Thank you very much for sharing. We have before we wrap up the session today,
Yes.
we have gone through so many items. We have gone through so many angles from different places, from different roles, from young and furious, from swimming pool, all the way. Now, if you are giving this opportunity to give some little advice to your younger self, what would it be?
I would say,
Assume lah, I'm your younger self. So what would your advice that you want to give to me?
I would say build a strong foundation. Right. That means make sure your piling is big. Learn. I would have learned a lot more earlier. I would probably explore, be a little bit more curious, and I would say in the end, I wish it's a certain point of my career that I started to see this beyond just technology or job. It's a greater good, right? Are they building managing an iconic development, managing a city or managing a global icon, a global precinct, right? I wish I could have seen my impact earlier. So for the younger self, try to relate what you do today to the big picture, do good to society, progress humanity forward, build excellent products that make life easier, don't do harm. I think that will probably my advice to the technologists today.
Thank you very much. That's a very wonderful advice, Dato. Dato, thank you very much
Thank you,
for your sharing.
Thank you.
Just know your experience, Dato, is also your wisdom and also your perspective. Your perspective in many places, it comes many ways.
Yes.
They're actually giving a good reflection. Even myself as a host, I also having that influence and impact.
Thank you.
So thank you, Dato.
Thank
And
you, sir.
to our viewers, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Techie Talk by MBOT. Until next time, stay curious,
Thank you.
stay grounded, Dato.
Grounded, yes, curious and grounded.
Yeah, grounded, and keep leading forward.
Thank you.
Till then, okay, bye.
Thank you.